All right, guys, here you are. Steve with SCPA weather forecast. Don't mind me, I'm a little under the weather today. So I just wanted to go over this quick. This is regarding the weekend storm. What I mean by weekend, we're talking about Saturday potential event. I'll tell you what, this winter has been. I'm going to compare it to beer goggles. Now, if you had too much to drink, wine, beer, alcohol, and that guy or girl looks really good, and then all of a sudden, in reality, the next day, like, what the hell was I thinking? Well, that is exactly what this winter has been like. From 4 to 6 days out, everything looks amazing. When you wake up the next morning to look at the same modeling, it takes a complete dump. Modeling has went from basically painting a glacier over the eastern portion of the United States of America, with anywhere widespread over the next 16 days of 12 to 24 inches of snow, now to a measly 2 to 10 inches of snow. And who knows if that is even going to occur. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out myself. Even with this past storm that came up here, we were not supposed to get all the snow on the front end of that Sunday into Monday. All modeling, all data pointed towards there being a secondary, which would have been Monday night into Tuesday. That's when a majority of the snow was supposed to occur, and of course that didn't take place. And even up until about 24 hours out, all modeling was still showing, 3 to 6 inches of snow. It just didn't pan out. If you took a combined effort between Sunday to Tuesday, yeah, there was 3 to 6 inches of snow in most areas of my forecast area. Anyway, another battle fought, another battle lost. We move on. Let's go to this quick. All right, here's a Friday event, which basically sets up Saturday. And then there might be an event potentially Sunday, and then an event next week. It's going to be a pretty active pattern. But from what I'm seeing, I'm starting to get real frustrated here with what I was seeing 3 days ago. 2 days ago is no longer what I'm seeing now. And we may have to adjust. Anyway, Friday, enjoy your 50 to 60 degree day. You probably might even get in the mid 60s down here, low to mid 50s here. We have a low pressure system with a cold front right there. We'll be moving off into this direction. Actually, more so probably like this, north of there. So it's going to usher in all this warm air. And actually, most storms that we have, believe it or not, come after, a day after, 2 days after, temperature surge. So what's going to take place, this goes up here. This front comes through. Where this cold front, this blue line here, it represents cold air coming in. Where this cold front really sets up is where the next storm is going to track. So we go to the Saturday event. So here's the portrayal of where the cold front may be. One possibility, second possibility. As it stands right now, the second possibility is looking more and more likely, which means that we may not even see any snow north of the Mason-Dixon line. Pardon me. So there's three potentials here. And being that we're still 2 days away and the modeling has been absolutely horrible this year, I'm not going to throw my flag in with this one yet. I am going to say it's looking less and less likely, but there is still a potential. So sorry for wasting your time on the video if you were wanting to hear about lots of snow. Anyways, here's your low pressure system. Comes through the Ohio Valley on Saturday. Gets to here and basically has three routes it could take: purple, green, red. Red, if it took the red route, the heaviest snow would be in between this light blue area. Let's say we're going to give that a 20% chance of occurring right now. If it takes this green, the heaviest snow is going to be between this yellow area. We're going to give that a, let's say 50 or say 40% chance of happening. And then we're also going to give this purple with this heavy snow would be in between this darker purple line. We're going to give that a 40% chance of happening. So if you were to weigh your options, if you're north of the Mason-Dixon line, you have about a 20% chance of seeing snow on Saturday. Between Mason-Dixon line down to D.C., you basically have an 80% chance of seeing snow, because if you take these two and add them up here, that's 80%. And what it's looking like is that your middle ground, say between Richmond and D.C., may end up getting the most out of this. I've seen these things trend north within 24 hours of the event. Getting technical, there is a strong southeastern ridge, which is also partially the reason why you had less snow and more ice on Monday into Tuesday. And I also think that it may flex its muscle, as a ridge of high pressure, which clockwise circulation around the high. So this cold front comes through. This may flex a little bit more muscle to help this front from getting too far south. If that's the case, then this low pressure system rides up a little bit further north. I'll continue to monitor, but this is the Saturday event. There's also, most modeling's losing it again for Sunday, and then who knows what's going to happen next week. I'm going to start just doing stuff within 24 to 48 hours, because even in the future, these things are all over the place. We use them as tools and guidance. They don't dictate the weather. If they dictate the weather, there is a model which is the GFS experimental. Right now, it has 27 inches of snow right here over the course of the next 2 weeks. It had 27 inches of snow up here 3 days ago. These things, and this is going to go live. This is what our taxpayer-funded dollars go for. It's known as the GFS FV3. It's experimental. It's set to go live on, I believe, March 20th. It has been showing snow up and down the East Coast from 5 to 10 days out every single week on this model. And other models have been showing snow as well. Not nearly as much, but they've been showing. And they've been showing cold bias, and then all of a sudden you get 2-3 days in advance of the system, and it just disappears. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating as a forecaster. It's frustrating as a guy who loves snow. It's frustrating as a guy who plows snow and relies on money for it. It's just frustrating. So anyway, thanks for viewing. Hope you're having a great day. Don't get sick like myself. And if anything needs a change, I'll keep you updated as always. But right now, it's looking like you may see some flurry snow showers if you're north of the Mason-Dixon line. But as we see it right now on Thursday, 1 p.m., about 48 hours from the potential storm, don't expect much of anything north of the Mason-Dixon line. As always, that can change. Hopefully it does for the better. And have yourself a phenomenal day. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, everyone, too. Take care.